Over the past years, the notion of participation rights has become a major influence in the shape of the Australian curriculum. At its simplest level, participation rights is the idea that young people have a voice and agency in expressing ideas about the way they learn and live. However, unresolved tensions, questions and power practices play a major role in the implementation of young people's participation rights. But why? Why participation rights for children? Where has this idea come from and why is it relevant? Well, the idea of children's participation in education has come about through the many complex changes that are occurring in Australian education in the 21st century. Globalisation, technology, sustainability, a greater understanding of climate change, economic issues, and a push towards neoliberalism have forced what some consider the most resistant profession to recognise that change in the education system is essential. Cue the Australian curriculum, which the writers believe will help combat teaching for the unpredictable and uncertain future. Just as society's ideals, values and needs have changed, so too has our understanding of childhood. Remember, childhood is a social construct. How we treat children will depend on how we view them. This can change depending on the social and cultural atmosphere. The construct of children holding agency, that is, being able to make choices and decisions that influence one's world, is considered in its relationship with changing times. The construct of childhood challenges the idea that children are powerless and innocent, instead viewing children as social actors who participate in their education and lives. In considering young people's participation rights, the United Nations Rights of the Child is identified as having a major impact in altering perceptions of young people, from being objects into being young people that are active and involved citizens. The notion of children as active and involved citizens thus requires stakeholders, including policy writers and teachers alike, to consider young people's participation in their education. While some value participation rights because it is socially good and considers what is best for children, it's also imperative to consider the complex links to government initiatives. With the push towards neoliberalism, the inclusion of participation rights provides a platform where individualism can be nurtured for economic gain. Intertwined within the economic value in participation rights is the government's vested interest in the well-being of individuals. In enacting children's agency, valuable ideas such as decision-making, informed citizens, and active individuals can be nurtured into adulthood, creating resourceful members of society. So politically and philosophically, we can see that agency is great, but the notion of participation being written into curriculum can be misleading and ambiguous. The policy documents look towards the future for young people to be active citizens. However, if the construct of the agentic child is held, then we must consider children's role now. So what do young people think about their role in school? Let's take a look.
My role in school is leadership and helping others to follow rules.
I do painting and I choose some colours. I play outside, dark colours.
Who chooses that game?
Me.
Do you?
To learn things and get taught by mum and growing knowledge. I suppose I can decide to learn or not by switching my brain on or off. That's the correct thing.
My role in learning is to be a good student and listen and work hard and not muck around when the teacher's trying to get things done and all that. in some things, like you still have to like do like the classes. Like you can't really choose any other classes yet, but like yeah, we have to do the work and stuff.
My subjects are maths, art, handwriting.
As you can see, the ideas provided here by young people were just as varied as the implementation of participation rights itself. The ideas they presented about their role in learning were mostly how they will learn and not what. When we think of children participating in education, we need to think holistically so that we avoid tokenism and can truly engage in more thoughtful learning for the future. Implementing participation rights requires a paradigm shift for educators. It compels adults to recognise, respect and integrate the rich and complex understandings that emerge through conversations with young children. The good news for teachers is that there are levels and spaces available for students to participate in their education. Students can negotiate curriculum in the classroom and school, and research suggests that when young people play an active role in their learning environment, their learning is more effective and rewarding. I hope you can see the complex issue that is participation rights in education. I want to challenge you, as giving children a voice is only beneficial when there is someone to listen. With the many pressures and driving forces in writing an Australian curriculum and the nature of participation itself, how young people will practically be involved in decision making about their learning may depend on the context. The repercussions for US teachers is universal. However, we can also see the widespread positives when children are given the space to employ their participation rights.
I somehow imagined I'd walk this earth, no, forever, forever. Whoa, and I've been into your garden and I've been to your grave. But Lord, when I come to my dying days, won't you promise me this, that I go